Go within to your inner sanctuary and experience the love that awaits you there. September 7, 2014. Here in our realms, your realms too, the spiritual or non-physical and non-dual realms, we are watching over you constantly, lovingly, compassionately as you go about your daily chores and struggle to understand the meaning of your individual life paths. As you are well aware, everyone's path is perfectly and individually tailored to her or his precise needs in this now moment, always. And yet you are frequently unable to maintain awareness of this at times as the distractions of your daily lives intrude on your deeper levels of consciousness where you hold the intent, at all times, to follow the path that you so carefully and painstakingly planned before you incarnated. For many of you at times it seems impossible that you could have intended to experience some of the pain and suffering that you are undergoing. You often feel lost, in the wrong place, doing the wrong things, and it hurts. Well, dear ones, of course you did not plan to suffer. But you did set yourselves challenging paths of self-discovery and spiritual growth, and on those paths learning situations arise that if mishandled can and do cause you pain and suffering. And when you made your plans, you knew that these kinds of situations would arise, and that because of the limitations with which the human condition presents you, that you would make errors and mistakes that could well be very painful. Remember that when you planned this incarnation you were being very wisely advised by your spiritual guides and mentors, and that you chose to incarnate at this moment in humanity's spiritual evolution, with enormous enthusiasm, because, apart from your task of helping to awaken humanity, you are fully aware of the wonderful opportunities for personal spiritual growth with which it would present you. Life as a human is truly a very paradoxical state of affairs as you undergo it, but when you awaken from the illusory dream, as you most definitely will, all will become crystal clear, and your joy will be boundless. On Earth as humans this time around, it is essential that you keep on reminding yourselves that you incarnated with a divine purpose, to assist in humanity's long-sought and divinely assured awakening. Truly you are all divine beings who have lovingly and willingly chosen to be on Earth at this time because you have the vital skills and capabilities necessary to make humanity's awakening happen. And to keep reminding yourselves of this you need to spend time daily in meditation, prayer, or contemplation. Use whichever word seems to you to be most appropriate for that quiet time you spend in your holy inner sanctuary. I keep stressing this point because it is vital. The distractions, your seemingly essential daily activities as humans on planet Earth, that you experienced almost constantly, can lead you to forget to take quiet time out alone daily, several times if at all possible, or to your deciding to forego that quiet time altogether because the needs of your human life seem to demand all your attention. However, you do have the courage, the tenacity, and the faith to bring the divine plan to a stunningly wonderful stage of completion, which is why you are on Earth now. Therefore ensure that you take time out in quiet solitude daily, it is an essential aspect of your highly individual life paths. And ask us for help to access that quiet inner personal sanctuary if you are having difficulty. We are with you in every moment just waiting for your call. Your presence on Earth right now, in this eternal now moment, is God's will. And, because all are one, it is also your will. Again, ask us for help to release all your doubts, fears, and anxieties about your role in the divine plan for humanity, because they are a distraction, a diversionary tactic of your egos which have become so accustomed to struggling for safety and survival in the illusory environment in which it seems you are ensnared, trapped, and imprisoned. But that is only an egoic perception that you can easily dispel if you spend time in quiet solitude daily. As soon as you enter that quiet inner space, it becomes readily apparent to you that you are indeed beings of light, of love, created by God, the infinitely loving source of all that exists. However, your egos then often rush in with doubts, guilt, even shame, suggesting that you have no right to even think that you might be one with God. Disregard them. They are fear-filled aspects of yourselves that you incorporated into your human bodies that have made themselves at home within you, and which will be reintegrated into the one when you awaken. They are very useful tools that can assist you in the mundane day-to-day activities of earth life, but do not let them overrule your true knowing, your heavenly intuitive guidance which is always loving and accepting of you. As you have been told so many times, because you forget or have difficulty in believing it, you truly are eternal divine beings created by God for eternal joy in His numinous presence. Your egos are tiny, almost insignificant fear-filled aspects of yourselves in which you cloaked yourselves when you chose to play your games of separation from your source. They are masks. Within the illusion you all wear masks because fear is endemic within it, and your masks are your defenses against love. You have been told time and time again during your present incarnation that you are divine beings eternally beloved of God. Why? Because the illusion that you collectively built is intensely realistic for you in your embodied human forms, and you desperately need to be reminded of its unreality. All around you you see conflict, deceit, betrayal, manipulation, and endless wars in which multitudes are engaged as they attempt to win safety and security by force of arms. It truly is a terrifying scenario for a human body that can experience extremely intense pain when abused. Consequently, you have for eons engaged in activities that you believed would provide safety and security, and yet your history shows you again and again that the human condition is by its very nature dangerous. Your bodies are easily painfully damaged by other bodies that attack you, and by fire, flood, tornado, volcanic eruption, drought, famine, and severe illnesses brought on by fear, guilt, and worry. However, you collectively chose to engage with the illusion and play by the rules that you collectively established, and that it seemingly imposes upon you. You have had enough. As you read the doom and gloom news around the world, it can be very tempting for you to say, "What's the point? I am an ineffectual and basically powerless individual in a vast and extremely threatening world." And some of you have been drawn towards self-destruction. The illusion does have a very convincing sense of reality about it. It can appear that you are powerless within it, and the stories you hear about the disenfranchised, the tortured, and the abused tend to confirm that horrific impression. But it is an illusion. When you go within, to your personal individual sanctuary, you can connect with your divine source. God loves you dearly. He wants you to stop playing at torturing one another, and awaken from the nightmare in which you have been ensconced for so long. However, as long as you continue embracing fear and distrust, you are clinging to the illusion, and it seems that by building bigger and more powerful weapons you can protect yourselves and your loved ones from those who would harm you. And yet your history shows you quite clearly that this does not work. As we keep telling you, and reminding you, and attempting to persuade you, love is the key to release from this nightmare. And only love. Within the illusion, where pain and suffering as a result of attacks by others are endemic, that seems like nonsense. Your egoic sense of fear, insecurity, and distrust insists that you need defenses. Defenses against your brother, your neighbor, the authorities, other races, religions, and other nations. And yet it has been proved time and time again that defenses do not work. Focus on love. Go within to your inner sanctuary, experience the love that awaits you there, embrace it, share it, and extend it to all with whom you have any kind of connection, and allow it to dissolve the illusion so that all may awaken into the stunning brilliance of God's eternal light, His all-embracing love for each one of you. There truly are no winners and losers, all are one, eternally in God. Wake up and enjoy reality, your eternal home, the home from which you have never separated, and be once more in joy. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com